Who is ready for another month of decluttering? It's almost February and it's time to share with you the little acts of decluttering that are coming up for February. Hello, my name's Rachel. I do videos about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year, and I like to share little acts of decluttering to help you declutter small areas of your home on a daily basis. The idea is that we're building a decluttering habit and it becomes second nature so that you can feel confident decluttering your home. I share a calendar PDF of these little acts of decluttering on my website declutteryourlife.co.uk, so you can check that out if you want a free download. And I also share on my social media channel little acts of decluttering that you can follow along with on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. So if you like any of those platforms, go and check me out there. It's Declutter Your Life. Let's get straight into February. We have a leap year this year, so 29 days to complete. So let's get straight into it. For the 1st of February, we are going to see if we can get in the habit of using up food. So go through your food cupboards, see if there's any food that is close to the expiry date. So you can get in the habit of planning the things in for your meals so that you are not wasting any food. For the 2nd of February, do you have any old nail polish that you are unlikely to use? Have you got any colours that you won't use, or are they too old? Have they all completely separated and don't mix? Go through your old nail polish and decide what is realistic to keep. For the 3rd of February, go through your shoe collection. Do you have any that don't fit, that are too tight, or any that are worn through? Do you have any duplicates at all? Reduce down your collection so you have your absolute favourites and that you have got rid of anything that you will not wear. For the 4th of February, I want you to set a 10-minute timer and I want you to see how much you can declutter within that time. So this could be an opportunity to focus in on one area, maybe a kitchen cupboard or the countertop, or it could be an area within your wardrobe. Set the timer and see how much you can do. Maybe do it in a speed, rushy way where you are making quick decisions. For the 5th of February, I want you to start thinking about a 1 in, 1 out policy. If you want to, you could adapt it to be a 1 in, 2 out policy to help you keep decluttering. The idea is if you bring something new into your home, then you have to declutter an item of a similar kind out of your home. So that's why it might be helpful to have 1 in, 2 out so that you can keep going ahead of the game. For the 6th of February, do you have any collectible toys at all, maybe from your childhood? These are a great item to sell if you're unlikely to display them or look at them or use them. Online marketplaces are a really good way, or auction sites, to sell them. And this is a great way of earning some extra money. For the 7th of February, go and look around the artwork that you have around your home. Does it make you feel good? Is it energising you? Or does it make you feel slightly off or different? Decide what you think you want to keep and then see if there's any pieces of art that you do not want to keep. And similarly, you can tie this into children's artwork. If they are bringing lots in, then go through it regularly and check through that you want to keep any of it. Some pieces might go into a memory box and some items might be decluttered. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and press subscribe down below if you want to see more videos about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. And don't forget to press the bell for notifications so you know when my next video has been uploaded. For the 8th of February, go through your jewellery collection. Are there any items that you don't like wearing, that you find irritating? Do you have any maybe cheaper jewellery, or you've bought more expensive items? Is there any items that you don't feel like you want to wear anymore? For the 9th of February, do you have any old curtains lying around, maybe spare ones? Do you need to keep them? These are good items to sell on because curtains are quite expensive, but they need to be in good condition. So maybe consider whether or not you have any spare that you could sell. For the 10th of February, I want you to find 10 items to declutter from your home. So this could be, again, from any area, just needs to be 10 items. It could be that you get everybody in the family finding 10 items just to add to the numbers. But you decide how you want to do it and it can be from anywhere. For the 11th of February, do you have any items that you need to return to somebody else? Maybe to a friend or to a family member, an item that you have borrowed that you need to hand back. Think about the items that you have in your home that might be borrowed and get organised and see if you can get them returned to their owners. For the 12th of February, do you have any boxes for electronic items that you do not need to keep? Maybe boxes for old laptops that you don't have or old phones that you don't have. Sometimes it's worth keeping boxes, but generally you're not likely to use them again, and you're not likely to use them to sell them, because most people will use the item until it dies and then we get something new. So decide whether or not you really need to keep the boxes for electronic items. For the 13th of February, can you go through the front of your fridge and maybe clear off any magnets or items that are being stored there? This can be a really easy way to reduce down the amount of visual clutter within your kitchen. So taking down lots of things that you don't need on the front of the fridge is a great way to reduce down that visual clutter. So maybe you might have bits of paper, some artwork, some magnets. Think about what you really want to keep there and then declutter the rest. Or find it another home. For the 14th of February, make sure that the bedroom floor is clear of clutter. Make sure there are no piles of clothes hanging around, no laundry to be put away. Try and get it clear and keep it clear on a regular basis. For the 15th of February, do you have any spare cables that you are unlikely to use? It could be that you have lots of chargers, lots of adapter cables. When in reality, you probably only use the same few cables. Do you need that many spares? Think realistically about what you're likely to use. For the 16th of February, do you have any plants around your home that are on their last legs? I'm very good at not looking after plants. I go with the fake ones. But decide whether or not they are suiting your environment as well. If they're not, then maybe you could look at rehoming them somewhere else. But decide whether or not you think that they are working in that space. For the 17th of February, I would like you to take any items that have been waiting to go to the tip or the recycle centre and take them there now. That is your job for today. It's to clear everything away and so that you're ready for more decluttering. For the 18th of February, can you make sure that the kitchen side is clear of clutter? This is something that I try to do quite regularly. I try to make sure the side is cleared away each night, but failing that, I try and make sure at least once a week I have tried to clear as much off of the surface as possible and have it in its correct home. For the 19th of February, can you go through your TV recordings and get rid of anything that you are not likely to watch and anything that you've already watched? It's just taking up precious memory space. For the 20th of February, it's time to have a look through your expenses and make sure you're not paying for anything that you are not using and not utilising. It could be that you think about subscriptions and memberships here. Are there any things that you didn't realise you were paying for on a regular basis and not really benefiting from? For the 21st of February, I want you to go through your herbs and spices in your food cupboards. See if there are any that you are unlikely to use. You could donate these to friends or family members and just keep the ones that you know that you're going to use on a regular basis for the meals that you cook. For the 22nd of February, it's time to get outside and clear out the weeds in the garden. Get your garden ready for spring by giving it a good clear out. For the 23rd of February, I want to have a look at any items that are waiting to be mended. Decide whether or not you are going to get them fixed, whether or not you can fix them, or whether or not you're going to get somebody else to fix them. If you don't think you're going to sort it, then it's time to get rid. For the 24th of February, can you make sure that the dining table is clear of clutter? Try and do this on a weekly basis if you can. It's just really good to get the table clear so that you can be regularly eating at the table as well as doing paperwork or homework with children. For the 25th of February, do you have any single-use items that you are not really utilising? Think about maybe kitchen utensils. Have you got any single-use knives and forks, etc., spoons that maybe you've had for previous parties? Do you need them, or could you use them up so that they're not completely wasted, or could you find them a new home with somebody else that might need them? For the 26th of February, can you make sure that you cancel any memberships that you are not using? This ties into the other one of checking your expenses, but if you haven't done it already, go through and check whether or not you are using those memberships. If not, then it's time to cancel them. For the 27th of February, I would like you to declutter anything that makes you sad in your home. So maybe you might have some ornaments or photos that are really ones that make you sad or unhappy and that you don't really want to look at for quite serious reasons maybe, or personal reasons, and you find it quite overwhelming. Do you need to have those items within your home? There might be some things that make you feel sad in a good way, as in a nice memory, but I'm talking about the things that really make you quite upset to keep hold of. Is it because it's attached to a particular person that is really negative for you? Take those items out of your house, because they are things that are reminders on a regular basis that you just don't need to have. For the 28th of February, do you have any air fresheners around that are not being used, or any ones that are finished with? Do you have any old ones hanging around in your car as well? Go through and have a good sort out. And for the 29th of February, do you have any digital books that you have downloaded that you have already read or maybe are unlikely to read? Can you delete them so that you can make space for other things? So there are 29 little acts of decluttering that you can do at home, around your home, to help you get in the habit of regular decluttering. It's a really great way of getting motivated, getting started, especially if you're new to decluttering and are feeling quite overwhelmed. Hopefully you enjoy this. Let me know in the comments below, and I shall be back for more little acts of decluttering very soon. Take care. Bye.